soul. That's it, I'm gone. In and day, yeah, baby girl, can't do this no more. I came my soul. That's it, I'm gone. In and day, I'm gone. I came my soul. In and day, I'm gone. I came my soul. In and day. I don't be taking no rest. Try to be talking that trash. Papa Lou just hit a lick, and I ain't never looking back. I was down back in the day, hunger pains in the day. Mama praying for a way. The DJ made a way. Pull up knowing that I'm crazy. Hop out the white yard. Shout out to all of the Dodgers. Loyal to the main hobby. They like the way that he flex. They like the way that he breathe. They fell in love with the water. Coming out as a kid. What? G, flex, neck, ice, cold. Yes, kicks, clean, box, fresh, north, south, east, west.
It's called Ndaya, the sounds of Live Boy Q alongside Jordan Muzi and Luther October. It's called Ndaya. Before that, I gave you Zbali by Indoda Yase Dubai, Mudum FM, more talk, more music. Bringing us to exactly 10 minutes into 1 o'clock. You know what can I emotionally and physically in sync. What's it like on Tshidi Wyllie?
But once in a lifetime. This is true. It's the Youth Cafe with Thabiso Saturdays from 12 to 2 p.m.
Emotionally and physically in sync is brought to you by Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, MISEC, and Botswana National Youth Council, BNYC.
At exactly 1:10 on DUMA FM, more talk, more music, 87.9 and 100.9. www.dumafm.co.bw, Khoza JSTV, audio bouquet, channel 919. Ke gone go ena go ka retsa gone. O tenka kwa no Tshidi Wyllie. Dumela.
Hello, Thabiso. How are you?
I'm all good. Are you well?
Some people who need counseling. There are some people who called from last week's session.
That's impressive.
Who needed interventions in the form of counseling.
You know, if there's something that's so fulfilling in life is to know that you're making an impact in somebody else's life. Okay, Dumela.
You are definitely making that impact yourself.
We're talking emotional intelligence. Something which a lot of us lack, and I always pray for I want emotional intelligence for me to be able to handle different things. So let's start off by understanding what emotional intelligence is. If you could just take us through that.
Many of us have had, or many of you have had, the word EQ, EI all over the place, and people always talking about emotional intelligence, and you wondering, because emotional intelligence is just simply about your ability to have self-understanding of your emotions, self-awareness, self-regulation, and be able to understand your emotions and the emotions of other people. Because we live with others. We don't live on our own. We don't live for ourselves. We live for ourselves and for other people. So it's simply a way of knowing how to understand how we could maikutlo a gago a ntse yang, maikutlo a batho ba bang a ntse jang, le gore maikutlo a gago a maya maikutlo a batho ba bangwe, le tirisanyo ya gago le batho ba bangwe, whether ko tirong, ko lapeng, kana hela re le setšhaba mo lehatsheng, wherever we interact with people.
Sometimes in life we tend to differ in a lot of things, arguments, opinions. Is there a way that an individual can actually express themselves without really hurting the next person? Is it possible?
It is possible for some people. Those whom we say they have emotional intelligence or high level of emotional intelligence, they are able to assertively express their needs and stand up for their rights and their needs and what they want in life without really hating another person, being cognizant of the fact that ke motho ke na le maikutlo motho ke buang le ene le o ke disisanyang le ene le ene ke motho o na le maikutlo. Just as you have feelings, other people have feelings as well. So that is possible. But there are some people they need at least to go through. It can be learned. There are people who can be taken through the process of having to learn how to become emotionally intelligent le go rekegela maikutlo a batho o na le maikutlo mme motho yo dirisanya le ene le o tshelang le ene le o berekang le ene le o kopana le ene hela kana ke mo taxing kana ke mo combing kana ke mo busing le ene o na le maikutlo. If you have that awareness ya gore just as I have feelings another person also has feelings o ka bona ile gore go ka reduce di khotha tse dintsi tse di ragalang everywhere in every area of our lives.
You spoke of kanya self-awareness, or you should be aware and wary of what you say to the next person, how you react to different situations. What are the other components that are EQ?
EQ yama other things such as self-regulation. It's like self-mastery. It's like social skills as well as empathy. Onna go utlwela botlhoko mo bathong ba bang. Mo ile gore ga o tsana mo seemong o khana gore o bo itsa o ipa mo seemong sa motho o mong o ipotsa gore tota mme ha ke be ile nna ke letsama mo seemong sa le mo go sone. How will I feel? It involves self-esteem, issues self-esteem, self-motivation, issues empathy, and becoming more assertive. That when you talk kore ga o iphiti ka monwana kore le maikutlo a gago ga wa hiti wa express in such a way that you are aware that you don't want to be hurting a person in the process, but at the same time you don't camouflage the truth. You say the truth as it is, but in a way that will not trample on another person's feelings. Ke na le maikutlo Thabiso le wena o na le maikutlo dilo tse dingwe di khona gore di be di ka go affecta in a way depending gore ke di ntsha dintsi ya I shouldn't just say I'm being assertive, I'm just going to tell him off for your show ya bora and stuff like that, and go tswa go sa nna senta wa bona. There is awareness I could give feedback, for example, and criticism, and say, I love your show, it's awesome, it's catchy, it's vibrant, and it's funky, it's all the things that young people need. Do you mind if I give you feedback on saying, maybe I think, can I suggest something, maybe you can add 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, when I give it that way, you are bound to accept the feedback that I'm giving.
Le go godisa motho hela motho go la botoka as an individual
It's all about growth.
Gona le motho kwana o nantsare wa kana le gona ana hela ba ipotsa gore tota no ba gate ya no bebe ba re tswela kae ka emotional intelligence ya bone tota ibile one e tswa kae. Maybe we should look at the origins of emotional intelligence gore e tswa kae.
Ke potso ya bothokwa, and I know some people are wondering go mo ke so se sentšha. Let me say it's not a new thing. It dates back to before Christ. You've heard of BC, around 400 BC.
Malatinga rona matuta o ra re BC ya rona ke before corona. Before Christ was born. It's It's just that around the 1800s, modern psychology coming into being. Bangwe bana ba dira research ba kwala dikwalo ba dira gore e nne popular, and it became well known as emotional intelligence, as EQ, as if it's a new thing, but it has always been there. And then we talk about batho ba psychology bana ba go bolela ka bo Freud ba go bolela ka ba kwa di psychology tsa bogologolo akere mo botswana rona rare ya no ga re ta mo botswana wana re bolela ka bo Freud ba thoa ke ba kwa di psychology tsa go mahatseng mo botswana re tise mo lehatseng la rona mo lehatseng la rona. I'll take you back to our culture. Definitely I'll take you back to our culture, and I'll say to you mo ngwaong ya rona ke botsa wena yana mo ngwaong ya rona ke dilo di fetso ka di ha ele se ka itse di irang gore ga re bua re rekegele maikutlo a ba bangwe. Re consider batho ba bang gore le bone ba na le maikutlo, re create platforms, re dirisanye ka tsela e leng gore re dirisanya sente ke dilo di mo ngwaong ya rona. Gona le kana nna ke le botlhale gore ko tlaseng ya cha ne ke thuba thaka.
I know I heard you asking about photosynthesis.
Gona le is it ke maele kampo dithamala kana go bidweng ma teacher ba tlang correct in that regard, but go ke itse re da saying sa ilela suswana gore suswana le ena tla go ilele, which simply means gore as good, it's more like reciprocate. Reciprocation. Gore ka ha o yang go ntsa ka teng ke ka nna ke yang go tsa ka teng.
And then you
ha lo ro batla gore ke go tlhomphe ke go tlotle ntlotle ha o batla gore ke buelo ena sentle mpuise sen.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
That's the thing. And then you want to tell me gore ha yo
no.
emotional it has always been there mongwa ya Setswana go te susilela susana ka bua go tella go re ke gela. When you do certain things with respect as much as ke le monana tlotla nna I will show the same respect. Again, gore le ga ke bua le wena ke nne le awareness ya gore o na le maikuto hela ya ka ke le nna ke na le maikuto. Now often parents complain gore bana ga ba thokele ba thokela maitseo. Again, the thing is sometimes you look at go creatilwe keng re buisa yang bana ba rona re buisa yang bana na rona. If we talk to them in a way that will cause them gore ba nne aggressive ba nne angry be ba re buisa ba respond to what we are giving out. If I give out empathy and compassion and respect to a young person, I'm going to receive the same. And then uwa ka bo muale bu bua la gagwe ke go khwete go di khweteng tsa rona tsa Setswana tse gore it has always been there gore it gives the freedom of speech and freedom of communication. It says to you, it's part of emotional awareness airing. As much as you can communicate your needs, the other person should also be allowed to express how they feel and what they want. Socialization, role modeling. If I do things a certain way, I'm teaching my kids. They are going to do exactly like that. If I'm teaching them aggression, that's what they are going to do. If I teach them how sa utwane sentele motho o mongwe o tshwanetse gore o dirisa mahoko a sa nnang sente o go dirisa le dititeo, they are going to do exactly because hiraya ba ithuta mo go nna e anya e leletse e ruta e mo maleng. And then we also have bopelo putsane kante go mo ga pelo putsane ya go le go tawae
pelo putsane ya go le ka nna ga ke tlhaloganya ka teng ke gore jaaka gona le potsane akere potsane gore ska ya dimela ga re we he tlhokomelo e rileng we be ga o fitnyana le wena gore the same applies to your heart. Pelo ya ga go di tseneng gore o di tsenya mo pelong gore o tlhokomele gore we stepa jang pelo ya ga man ke le bonza.
That's awesome. That's awesome. If within your heart there are a lot of issues within you that goes into your heart and out of the heart ba spirituality, the Bible says out of the heart the mouth speaketh. Motho ga ntsha ka molomo o bua se se tswa mo boteng ja pelo ya gago. Gape go ruta gore ga gore pelo potsane ya go le maikutlo a gago o na le tlaolo mo go one. You have control over your emotions. You can manage your emotion. I like what you said last week. You said you are the driver of your own life. You can drive your life to the direction that you want, you yourself, and that nobody else can be able to do that for you.
On the other side of 125 ke batla gore be re lebella the modern approach to emotional intelligence. Gongwe gape ibile ka gore ibile khantela ha le no nang kotse before Christ gore mo Bibleng gone ke eng se leng gore se teng he kana some of us are spiritual some of us are spiritual. I want us to also look at the biblical theory that goes on to address what emotional intelligence really is.
Awesome.
Gona gore le wena tsala ga ile gore na le sepe se leng gore ka eletsa go se bua 35001313 350013 76281885 khotsa DUMA FM dash DUMA FM on that's Facebook. Khotsa Youth Cafe dash DUMA FM Youth Cafe dash DUMA FM, that's our Facebook page go ene gore re ka interacta teng ntshware da
FM talk line 3500131. DUMA FM SMS line 76281885.
Get in touch with us on our Facebook page, DUMA FM, more talk, more music. On Twitter, @DUMA FM Radio. @DUMA FM Radio.
DUMA FM. More talk, more music, more music. Now, let's get back to the music.
We continue the conversation on the other side of Hensi. It's called happy. There is just something about happiness. Say no what to say how Philip Iraq. We continue the conversation on the other side of that. So we FM more talk more music more physically and emotionally in sync with the Ministry of Youth Empowerment, Sports and Culture Development. Le ba the Botswana National Youth Council. Dumela tsala. Yo. So that's what I'm saying. If you want me to treat you right, you better treat me right.
That's true. You receive what you violence.
Hey.
You receive hate and violence.
You know, people always say, let me give you the taste of your own medicine. Happy, the sounds of Hensi, right here on DUMA FM, more talk, more music, bringing us to exactly 28 minutes after 1 p.m. right here on DUMA FM, more talk, more music. Youth Cafe is where you at, and we're more emotionally and physically in sync. Tshidi Wyllie, we're talking all things emotional intelligence. Emma, I want us to now look at the, the just the modern philosophy. Emotional intelligence.
I think when you look at EQ or emotional intelligence, you realize that there are aspects that are based or founded in the Bible in a way, because the Bible talks about doing unto others as you would have them do unto you. I get. I get. And then love your neighbor or love their neighbor. And your neighbor is everybody that you interact with. The person you work with, the person you meet at the bus rank, at the shops, at the shopping mall, in every area of our lives. And in other areas of our lives. So if you do and you learn to treat other people in a way that you yourself would like to be treated, I think the world will be at peace. Most of the conflicts in the world are due to the fact of there is very limited implementation or application of emotional intelligence in our processes. When we do unto other nations and unto other tribes and unto other people and other countries, we forget that what we are dishing out may come back to us.
Yeah.
They will treat us a certain way because of the way we treat them.
Well, look at the taste your own medicine.
That's why even in relationships, how now only forever aggressive and angry, that person is going to respond to you exactly that way.
Yeah.
And then you wonder, where is that coming from? He's giving you exactly what you've been giving out to him.
Yeah.
You get back what you give out.
Yeah.
If you give out empathy, compassion, and love, and you give platforms for people to be free to be able to communicate and to share how they feel and what they feel about other issues that are going on, you are creating a system whereby they will respect that and you will receive the same from them.
Yeah.
So where the Bible is concerned is about that. And then you go to the modern psychology, like I was saying.
Before we go to the modern psychology, here's a text here, 0762818855. The Bible says, he who has no love has no knowledge of God. Love is therefore an ingredient in peace and emotional intelligence.
It's all about love. Correct. Emotional intelligence, o na le boleng motho yo mongwe le ene go sa kgathale gore o hakae ke motho o na le boleng o na le maikutlo jaanong ka ga o mo tsang ka teng e tshwanne ke gore e nne ka ga e leng gore le wena o elatse gore o ka tsewa ka teng gore ga re ka eteletsa lerato pele, empathy and compassion mo ditirisanong le batho ba bangwe, mo dipuisanong le batho ba bangwe, re ka tshela ka kagiso. We'll have peace.
Absolutely.
If we were to follow the biblical aspect of emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
And yes, we are talking modern psychology. Modern psychology says within, like Freud had, within each one of us, life instinct, death instincts. Yeah, how was a balance? There is bound to be problems. The survival power, the ability to desire and to want to live. But similarly, if there is no balance, there is a lot of chaos and there is a lot of pain, there is bound to be death instinct coming out. You are frustrated. Have you ever wondered why motho mo khona gore a tsamaye mo se mo so tsamaya mo sone Thabiso me ena ba kana go khona go commit suicide mo wena you were able to overcome that.
Yeah.
The death instinct within the person was overcoming the desire to live and chose the other route. Either to kill themselves or to kill the other person, which is a painful thing indeed. But there are other writers about it. Se ka ipotsa gore botlhale go le kae ipotsa gore botlhale jame bo ha kae re ntse re le gone go kere go na le mokwadi mongwe o re go na le seo se re bitsang social intelligence. Our emotional intelligence ke hela social intelligence in simpler terms is the ability to be able to relate with other people well, to have meaningful relationship, to go rekegela batho ba bangwe boleng ja bone le maikutlo a bone. And then
okay. Is there a line between emotional intelligence and not a line per se, but an impact? Emotional intelligence, the type of relationships. Does emotional intelligence really affect friendships, relationships?
In a great way. Because in relationships, whether it's marato, it's manyalo, kana it's ko ditirong, if I don't value your input, your communication, if I communicate with you in a certain way, it's going to affect that relationship. That relationship is bound to be impacted negatively because I don't care how I speak to you and what comes out of my mouth when I talk to you. On the other hand, if I were to be having an awareness, yes, I'm hurt, can I let my good? And Thabiso may also well be hurt, my good. Then I say, okay, you have your ideas, I have my ideas. Let's talk and discuss and see how best we can iron out things. But many times we don't do that.
Yeah.
Why? Because in everything we always allow maikuto to take control. Me ele maikuto a tshwana le a tshakgalo e ne re bua ka yone mo bekeng e hitileng. So emotional intelligence, if we were all to become highly emotional intelligence, even relationships that you are talking about will be much peaceful and in harmony, because ko tirong tabo re kahalana maikuto, tabo re etsana, re tabo re buisana ka tsela ya tlotlo to one another. Will there be any tension and conflict ko tirong e leng gore kana mo lapeng le leng gore motho o tsewa tsia? Do you think there will be conflict? If there is conflict, we'll map up a way ya gore ga re aena out rothe re nna le input and rothe re buisana ka tsela e leng gore ya aga ga e senye. It's gantsi we speak in a way that we are not building each other. Rather, we are destroying each other. We get into negativity and we get into gossips. An emotionally intelligent person doesn't have time for that. Rather, uta tswahela outright about 1, 2, 3 hasa intimidis. Let's talk about it.
35001313 3500131762818885 kgotsa at DUMA FM radio on Twitter at Thabiso TS_. That's my Twitter handle. Let's interact. Re utlwa gore wena, how do you deal with issues? Re lebeletse your emotional well-being. Ntsware.
Talk line 3500131. DUMA FM SMS line 76281885.
Get in touch with us on our Facebook page, DUMA FM, and more talk, more music. Or on Twitter at DUMA FM Radio.
DUMA FM, more talk, more music.
35001313 3500131762818885. How do you deal with issues when I relate your emotional well-being? DUMA FM dumelang? Duma. Shapuzera utiaga? Erra. Erra.
Kante bona ba ba ratang go utlwisa botlhoko bone ba wela ga kae?
Botsweki.
Ba ba ratang go utlwisa batho botlhoko ba wela ga kae? We emotional intelligence ena le model wa yone. Mo modeling wa yone ena le batho ba mehuta ele mene. Those who are self-centered personality. Ba ba itebellang ba le nosi hela, ba rakegela maikutlo a bone hela, ga bana sepele gore motho o mong yena o tsaega yang, o akanya yang. In other words, we say they have high awareness of themselves and low awareness of others. Ga bana sepele motho o mong gore a reng. Ke ka ga nna hela. Ba wela gone ho. Ka gore ga o le gore o motho o leng gore you are not self-centered, you consider another person. How you tebelle o le no si mo seemo, whether ke mo relationship kana ke mo go eng. O lebella motho yo na le ene, motho yo tshelang le ene, o lebella le ba lelapa la ga gore bone ba reng ga ile gore go na le di issues tsa family tse leng gore they are involved.
Well, ya go
My salagi sa ukalina la gago.
ke ne Tshidi Wyllie.
Lebo le ka mos.
Sure jizo. Thank you boy. Yeah, ne ke batla go utlwa gone hela gore me rona re le batho, how do we deal with issues? Cause o fitlhela le gore you know nako engwe o re tla bo re bua ka emotional intelligence re motho e leng gore is emotionally intelligent. They just know how to, you know,
How to
relate with other people, how to, you know, look at things, deal with issues. But hey, maikutlo a rona lo ena anong khantela hela imero ile re dipelo tsa rona di tletse kore we bottle the
There's yes a tendency for people to bottle issues. Gona le gore ba bue gore tota ba ikuta yang ka seemo se ba le mo go sone. Like ka seemo se re le mo go sone sa COVID ya na wa bana. People are so stressed, ba na le anxiety. Me ga gona outlet go ile gore maikuta a gona lo ba ka express. Ke ka gore have you ever wondered how come some people seem to be good in relating with people, and yet others don't seem to be very good at relating with people.
It goes back to issue on emotional intelligence gore o itse jang go tshela le batho ba bang
go tshela le batho ba bang le go expressa maikutlo a gago mme o rekegela maikutlo a motho yo mongwe because ga e le gore o itebeletse o le nosi, you wouldn't care gore motho o mongwe go ka wa ntshang a to go mo tsayang you wouldn't care gore motho so se dirang se to go tsaya motho yo mongwe but ga e le gore o tsenya emotional intelligence mo teng botlhale ja go itse maikutlo a gago le maikutlo a motho o mongwe o to go itebelela gore ga ke nosi ga ke itshelela ga mo semong se ke le mo go sona go na le batho ba bang ba ile go dikgato tse ke di tsang they will affect them go na le batho ba ile gore what I say is going to affect them, and then you process, you think before you speak. You don't just come out anyhow. How are people going to be affected? Whether o manager go tirong, whether o mo go skweleng, whether o motsadi go lapeng. Have your cognizance ya gore so se bua le so se dira sa affecta yang banake, sa affecta yang ba lelapa, sa affecta yang my husband, my partner, sa affecta yang ko skolong bana ba